Pitbull, International Love on 102.7 WMOM. It is 7:21, 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome to it. It's the morning show. Chris here with you. And, a warm up out there. We're already into the mid-40s and some of that snow melting away, but we still do have some ice out there because of those winds that came in throughout the overnight. So just take it easy on the roadways and on the sidewalks and your steps everywhere out there. But is snow gone? No, there's more snow in the forecast. We'll check that forecast for you coming up in just a little bit. But right now, we want to talk with Laura Powers, school guidance counselor at LHS, Ludington High School there. Laura, welcome to the studio.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in today. And we want to talk this morning about FAFSA. It is, and there's help for families. The event is happening today, so we want to make sure that the listeners and viewers, those that are viewing on our Facebook page live right now, or on YouTube, our YouTube channel, listening to the radio on the smart devices, get the word out. Because let's just start with the statistic that you shared with me off the air just a moment ago. That students, what percentage of students can qualify for this?
Well, this new Michigan Achievement Scholarship is particularly exciting, Chris, because 70% of the Michigan estimates 70% of students will qualify for financial aid, substantial financial aid this year, thanks to Governor Whitmer's new initiative to increase access to post-secondary or any kind of college and credentialing program. So it's an exciting statistic. 70% is a lot of kids. That will reach a lot of kids.
Do you see that we are reaching enough of the students and getting the word out enough, through all of the, through social and through the schools and through media and everywhere else? Are we doing enough to get that information and get that word out, or is it still kind of a struggle?
There are some barriers that kids have to overcome to reach their post-high school goals. And, some of those barriers can be just as internal as apathy or a lack of hope, a lack of maybe vision for how to get to that next step. So, you're really trying to build up that sense of agency that the student has inside of them to create a better future for themselves, to secure financial means for prosperity and just security. So, I think that's one thing. I think the other thing, though, is that everyone knows that the cost of higher education and even credentialing is increasing. The cost of eggs. Everybody talks about the cost of eggs. Yeah. Well, the cost of those future eggs, right? The future plans that you have. That is also substantially increasing. And, to mitigate that is difficult and it's hard to navigate. So sometimes students feel like, what, why apply? I'm not going to get anything, or I'm not going to get enough. Mm-hmm. And I guess we just want to encourage the message to be that there is hope, and that this is probably one of the best first investments that you can make in your future. In your future self, and in really, it can break the chains of poverty. It can lift people up into a new, I think a new understanding of how a future could be brighter just by going to college, just by getting a credential. Everyone's going to need something beyond a high school diploma to compete in the global marketplace and in their communities. And we want to help students understand they can secure that. It's a possibility. So now with our Mason County Promise and the second initiative of this Michigan Achievement Scholarship, which, by the way, Chris, it's so exciting. Did you know they go hand in hand?
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, the Promise Scholarship is what's called a last dollar. So that means that a student would not only get the Promise, but they would also additionally get that Michigan Achievement Scholarship.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's exciting because I think that would be a leg up for even a lot of our local graduates who are planning on staying and using the Promise, but are also recognizing that there's costs they need to cover beyond just that tuition that the Promise covers.
And the Michigan Achievement Scholarship offers, and we'll break it down a little bit, the amounts up to $2,000 if you attend an eligible training provider here in Michigan per year, up to 2 years. Do they have to reapply for that, or once they're approved that first year, they're all set for that 2 years? Do you know that?
I do. Here's the real key to why we're doing our event tonight from 5:30 to 6:30 at LHS, is we're just there to help you with that first step, which is the most important one, and that's completing your federal financial aid, your FAFSA, right? The free application for federal student aid. That's what the FAFSA stands for. As I know everybody throws it around, but sometimes you forget. That gateway document is the entry point to the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, to the Promise Scholarship, to many and most scholarships, particularly those based on need. So any family that comes back with an expected family contribution of $25,000 or less will be automatically granted that, Chris. And and the reason why we want to initiate students to get on this is because although they extended the deadline, they're saying that the monies will be spent until they're gone.
Okay. All right. Well, and the deadline, we always talk about the deadline. When is the drop dead deadline to get your FAFSA application in? Is it today or is it coming up?
No, well, historically it's been March 1st.
Okay.
That's always been the date that people really kick around, and the state has been gracious enough to extend it even beyond that, and they are saying literally that money will be given to graduates who qualify, who have completed their financial aid application until it's gone.
Okay.
And so it could go beyond that March 1st date, but what we're saying is we want you to get in line. We want you to be there. We want you to sort of, put that good faith effort towards getting those funds secured for yourself.
And they can do that at a special event tonight, as you mentioned just a few moments ago, 5:30 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. LHS counselors, Michigan College Advisor, and parents can come there, the students can come there. Take us through the exact efforts tonight and details and what we want to get out to the parents and students.
Well, first of all, I just have to give a shout out to our amazing college advisor, Tess O'Neill. Tess couldn't be here this morning, but I'm trying to project some of her awesomeness because she is just such a great addition to our staff, for our students. She's a wealth of resource and enthusiasm. So what we encourage families to do, and that 5:30, 6:30, that's a soft end time. I mean, we're never going to turn a family or a student away, but we do want to try to keep it tighter. So you show up, you bring your social security numbers for yourself, for your student, if they have not already set up their FSA ID, their federal student aid identification account. You bring that information with you. If you have your tax information handy, that would be great. If not, there's this amazing tool that the FAFSA provides called the IRS Data Retrieval Tool that you can automatically pre-populate all those scary sort of form, they always ask you like line 5 of your, well, this will pre-populate that based on your tax data. And yeah, so I mean, it's really been much more streamlined. It's not it's not your grandma's FAFSA. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and we mentioned a moment ago that just the bare minimum $2,000 for a training provider, but up to $5,500 if they attend a Michigan public university per year. So this is a crucial event to get questions answered, get the forms in, be able to have somebody there like yourself and the other counselors to be able to say, okay, yep, you want to be able to click that button or you want to be able to put that information in. That will help propel that just a little bit further. This is in room 318, right, tonight. Take us through when they go to LHS, where they should be going, how they should check in. Take us through that, if you don't mind.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks for asking. It's in room 318, which all of our students know is our online learning lab. Parents should park. They could probably park in the front of the building. The front of the building will be open. Then they come in and they take a hard left. They walk all the way down to the very end of that hallway. And at the end of that hallway on the left-hand side, there's a classroom, a corner classroom, for really the parent in the know or the one that might be late. They may see us in that lab from that small parking lot, visitor parking lot. And if I see you, I will let you in, okay?
Yeah, no, that's
because
good.
there's a side door that's kind of off to the side, and people don't really usually use it. The public doesn't use it, but we would just, scuttle you right in.
Laura Powers joining us for a few more moments here in the studio. Laura, let's, as we wrap up, why is this so important once again for the students? Just if you want to summarize that, if you don't mind.
Well, you don't have to, and I'm speaking to students right now, you don't have to know exactly why you're going to school. You don't, so often people get frustrated, myself included, that we aren't born with the innate sense of purpose, that we know exactly what we're going to end up doing. But I can tell you that getting credentialed beyond high school is really the only way that I know of that a student can provide for themselves a skill set, a knowledge base to really truly engage in their future community, their future families, and really also, and most importantly, to develop a full sense of self. So, it seems strange to say that financial aid is really all of that, but really, getting someone to give you free money, right? How often does that happen? I hear how excited callers are, right? When they call you and they're looking for that prize. This is that call. This is that opportunity for you to get something for free, right? That can really change your life.
Right.
Yeah,
and
it's
excited
a big
about
deal.
it. I think you said it very well. If you need more details, they can make a phone call, by the way, to the counseling office at 231-845-3860. We've got that number up on our Facebook page under the description of this live video, and as well on our YouTube page. Making that phone call, just asking that question, or more importantly, stopping by 5:30 to 6:30 at LHS, room 318 tonight. That's a big step, but you know what? It pays off. Literally, it pays off, right?
It does pay off. Even a little bit of college is better than no college at all. But of course, our goal is to get that credential attainment, whatever that is, and you're going to need help to do it. You're going to need investment of your own, but also, and more importantly, from our community, our state, and our federal government. So this is how you do it.
Right. And you made a very good point as we wrap up. The Promise Scholarship guaranteed to all graduates of LHS planning on attending West Shore Community College. And the Achievement Scholarship, just an additional option for that, right? You have additional funds to help out there.
Absolutely. I mean, we're still encouraging kids to put themselves out there for scholarships. Of course, one of the major deadlines, unfortunately, has already passed, the February 1 deadline for the Mason County Community Foundation and also the LHS in-school scholarship program. That was a February 1 hard deadline. However, there's many local scholarships that have a really gracious timeline that go well beyond that. There's one exciting one from the Model family. They're offering $2,000 to students who are looking to go into a trade. And they are also offering another one-time $2,000 award for students interested in going into business, economics, or finance. There's just little things like that, little sort of coins in the couch, right? That you just kind of have to dig for.
Absolutely.
It's so worth it. Who wouldn't do that? And so we encourage kids to really not lose hope. Don't think just because they don't have the top GPA in their class or the most stunning extracurricular record that there isn't something out there for them, because really there is. It's very likely that there is. So it matters.
All right. Great information shared this morning. And if you missed any of it, you can watch it in its entirety on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. But Laura, we appreciate you coming in and sharing this information with us. And yeah, let's get the students out there and make sure that students at all schools know that stopping by their counselor's office and just asking those questions, always a good step if you can't make it to an event like this tonight.
Hey, Chris, can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
Shout out to all the counselors in Mason County and in Michigan. It's National School Counselor Week. And all my people, they are great. My colleague, Michael Likert, our secretary, just amazing, Deb Hansen, just an amazing human being. So, I mean, there's just a lot that goes behind a counseling program, a lot of support from our administration. And I just wanted to say, hey, it's National School Counselor Week.
All right. I got information there, and thanks to those counselors. Well, Laura, thank you for all that you do as well. We want to make sure that we send some appreciation to you. Laura Powers, guidance counselor at Ludington High School, thanks for stopping by today, and we appreciate all the information. And the door is always open for additional opportunities for us to pass on that information to the public. So thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. 7:37 now on 102.7 Mom FM. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking about a blood drive that you want to keep on your radar. Speaking of West Shore Community College, stay tuned for that. They'll be live in the studio in just a few minutes. Plus, we're going to be giving away another square as part of Mom's Square Pool. Stay tuned for that. It's all on the way on 102.7 Mom FM.